Hey everybody, this is Ellie. You know Ellie. She's in the backyard to help me talk a little bit about how I electrified my home, meaning I got rid of gas from my home. I'm just like killing time here, showing you. Look, it's a butternut squash. Um, there are some things that will grow in the summer if you've got shade. So big ironwood tree out here. But anyway, when I bought my house in 2013, it had a heater pack, meaning air conditioner plus a gas heater system. It had a hot water heater tank in the pantry in the kitchen, and it had a gas stove. And just to give you the background here, I've always wanted to get rid of that gas. I've learned more and more over the years that methane gas, what industry calls natural gas, methane gas has like formaldehyde in it. If you have it as in your stove in your kitchen, you've got a greater chance of having lung problems per the American Lung Association. I'm just like zooming around looking at some plants, right? A little volunteer, a little cherry tomato plant. Not a big fan of those because they're tarts, not very sweet. But this is a mural a friend of mine did for me just to kind of celebrate what a friggin' hippie I am. But anyway, so I had these three things I've always wanted to get rid of, and it takes some time. I'm very privileged in that I am able to do it, but it takes time. Uh, as we're going along here, look, there's some pumpkin, and I'm actually growing. You're going to see here in a second. I'm going to try and grab it. There, that is potatoes, like russet potatoes. For the first time, I'm trying to do that. I'm going to come around here and I want to talk to you about. Got rid of the AC and I got a heat pump. You've probably heard about it. The Inflation Reduction Act gave a lot of credits and rebates to help people get them. There's a thing called coefficient of performance. I'm going to freeze the video real quick because I want to explain it to you. I'm not an engineer, but a coefficient of performance means that for a unit of energy that you put into something, you get what's your unit of heat difference that comes out the other end. Kind of makes sense. So with old style um, gas heaters or radiators, your coefficient, your unit of energy, resulted in less than that unit of heat difference it's created, right? So I want to say, like for radiant heat, it's like a unit of energy in gets you zero point 0.5 units of heat change. I'm going to give you some links to explain it much better than I do. With heat pumps, all they're doing is moving heat or moving cold from one place to another. So in the summer, it's actually taking cold air that's actually still in the air, believe it or not. They're the cold air, and it's moving that temperature into your house through a heat pump. It's technically accurate to call it a heat pump, but it just confuses so many people. I wish they came up with a better name for it, like America air conditioning or something like that. Then more people would get it. But that this heat pump on the roof uses significantly less energy to cool my house. And in the winter, it uses significantly less energy and no gas to heat my house. So that's why it's up there. I got that a couple of years ago. It's been a slow process. I wasn't going to just get rid of a functioning air conditioner that was on the house when I bought it. But you can see it up there. Of course, I've got solar panels, which help a lot too. I'm going to move down here in a second and look what the newest thing that we have is that looks like a standard water heater, but it's not. It's a heat pump water heater. It's taking heat out of the air and transferring that heat into the water tank itself. Even in the winter, there's still heat in the air. And it's kind of like condensing that heat like an espresso, and it's putting that into the water. I'm just pointing at bits here because why not? I was talking to myself. You can see it really shouldn't be outside in the elements like this. It's okay, but I'm building a pad over here with my handy and have a kind of a little shed that looks nice. I want to turn around here and just say something like about 4 years ago, Southwest Gas came out and they said, "Hey, we're going to take the gas line that goes from the alley into your house and we're going to replace it." And I said to them, "Y'all don't do that. I don't want the gas in my house anymore. I'm trying to get rid of it. You don't need to take the time and money to put a new gas line." I said, "No, no choice. We're going to do it." That gas line came, man, ripped up my yard. Gas line came from back there over to where that pad is now, and that's where the gas meter used to be. So I'm very happy to have the meter there because I would walk out in the backyard and I could smell gas. And remember, methane gas is 8 times more potent as a greenhouse gas than just CO2 over the course of 100 years. So I want to do a demonstration for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 cups of water and show you how quickly it boils. So get your stopwatch ready. This is the stove I got a couple of years ago. And the oven is the same. It's a resistance coil in there so that you don't really save any energy, but you do when you do induction. And you also don't have gas coming into your house. So I'm just turning it on and turning it up to 9. It doesn't go to 11. It goes to putting in 2 cups of water. So start your watch. Will tell you. I was watching my watch and I got 2 cups of water boiling in 2 minutes. But I will tell you about it. It's a clean surface. Again, Lung Association will tell you, even if you use your fan in your kitchen, you're getting, and you're using a gas range, you're getting all kinds of fumes and formaldehyde and nitrous oxide and sulfur dioxide in your house and in your lungs. So I think we're about 30 seconds in, you're starting to see the bubbles there. And what's cool about it too is that it works just as well as anything else you might cook. I've cooked eggs, I've cooked, soups, and I'm not a great chef, but a good friend of mine is, and she redid her kitchen. She was a chef professionally. She redid her kitchen. I'm hoping to convince her to let me do a shoot in her house, but she got rid of her gas stove and she got an induction. And I was like, "What do you think of it?" She said, "It's amazing." She absolutely loves it. So, you're going to hear from Fox News that they're coming for your stove and it's terrible. And everybody I know who got induction absolutely loves it. So I think we're almost a minute in, you're starting to see a rolling boil here. Almost coming up to 30 seconds here in a second. But what I did as well is in a second here, I'm going to turn it down from 9 to 4. And you're going to immediately see those bubbles just drop, the number of bubbles. Here we go. And it's so instant. Now you're asking, like, how do I, these are expensive. Well, they're coming down in price. I don't know, not with the tariffs. I don't know. But during the Inflation Reduction Act, there were rebates and there were opportunities for you to get these cheaper and for the manufacturers to deliver them. Oh, there's Ellie. And we don't know what's going to happen with those now. Thank you to the Orange Julius Caesar for that. It means that, we're going to have continued methane gas use in homes. We're not going to save energy and move our economy forward by saving energy. So it's too bad, but still look for them. I think they're going to come down in price over time, and make a plan. It works. It took me 6 or 7 years to get all this together, but you can do it much faster than I did. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'll put some information in the links and in the article. Have a great day.